What is going on, guys? Miles here, and in this video we'll be talking about the current state of microtransactions in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So the formula for microtransactions this year for Black Ops 4 has changed quite a lot. Ever since Advanced Warfare, microtransactions have always been focused around supply drops, which I've always hated for two different reasons. My first problem is that it's microtransactions in a $60 game, which I don't think is right. And the second problem, which I think is more significant, is that with supply drops you can't actually directly buy something, and you can only pay for a chance to get it through these supply drops. For Black Ops 4, you could argue that supply drops are still in the game, but they definitely aren't the focal point of microtransactions like they once were. For Black Ops 4, we have two main categories of microtransactions. We have the Battle Pass system as well as the item shop, both of which are very similar to Fortnite, which is a free-to-play game, so kind of sucks to see it in Black Ops 4, which we did pay for, but it's here anyway, and it is a lot different to what we've seen in the past. And as a concept, I think the microtransaction system in Black Ops 4 is much better than what we've seen in the past. And actually, for like the first Call of Duty ever, I would consider actually buying COD points to get certain cosmetics in this game, because I know if there's something I want, I can just buy it straight away, and I don't need to buy supply drops and then kind of hope that I get the item. So let's take a look at the Battle Pass to begin with. So there are 200 different levels in this Battle Pass, and you can pay 100 COD points per level. And if you look at this in kind of like a vacuum, at first you might think this is absolutely insane because it costs 20,000 COD points to buy every level, which is like $200, which is ridiculously expensive. But when you consider that you can level up by just playing the game, and if you play a reasonable amount of COD during the event, then you can probably get to about level 150, and when you consider that, this isn't so ridiculous in terms of the cost. However, I do think leveling up just by playing is a little bit slow at the moment, and it could do with a bit of fine tuning. I think if you play a decent amount of Black Ops 4, you should be able to hit level 200 during the event without buying any COD points, but I feel like that isn't quite the case right now. And my second problem with the Battle Pass system currently is that it doesn't feel that rewarding. Out of all 200 levels, there's only one item I would really like to get, and that is the Hudson skin for Blackout, and I'm only ever going to bother buying this if I'm really close to getting it anyway. But other than that, I really have no incentive to buy any COD points at all. I feel like the Battle Pass system is okay in its current state, and it's not as bad as the general item shop, Blackjack Shop, and the special orders, whatever you want to call it, because this shop consists of two main items. You've got the outfits as well as the weapon variants, and if we start off with the outfits, these are already kind of a weird feature in the game, because obviously Black Ops 4 is a first-person game, so you never really get to actually see the outfit you're using, besides something like the left wrist as you're holding your weapon in the first-person view. So because of this, I feel like there's not really any value in outfits at all. And that's why I wouldn't ever bother spending many COD points on an outfit in the game. Even if I thought it looked really good, I would probably only bother spending like 100 or 200 COD points on an outfit if I really wanted it. But if we take a look at the outfits in Blackjack Shop, they can cost anywhere between like 600 to 1000 COD points, which I feel like is just ridiculously expensive, and they are way overvaluing these items, because right now buying two outfits is about the same price as buying a DLC pack in the game. And if I asked 100 people whether they would rather have two specialist outfits or a DLC pack, I'm pretty sure 100 people would say they'd rather have a DLC pack. So these outfits are just so expensive, and I think they need to have their cost reduced. And the other main item which is being promoted in Blackjack Shop as well as the special orders thing are weapon variants. At least with weapon variants you can actually see them in game, because obviously you can see your weapon as you're playing, and some weapon variants do actually look good because they're like based around the weapon itself. However, I still wouldn't put much value into weapon variants, because you are limited to using that specific gun if you want to have this weapon variant equipped. And weapon variants are basically kind of like glorified camos for one specific weapon, so it wouldn't make a lot of sense to pay a lot of money for a weapon variant, because if you want a weapon variant for every gun in the game, then you're going to have to buy like 25 different weapon variants, and that's going to cost a lot of money. I would probably pay like 300 COD points for a weapon variant if I thought it looked really good and if it was for a weapon I used quite a lot. But if we take a look at Blackjack Shop, you can see a bundle of two weapon variants which costs a whopping 2,000 COD points, which is absolutely ludicrous in my opinion. 2,000 COD points is the equivalent of about $20, and you can see it contains 13 items at the bottom, but literally like 11 of these items are like calling cards and stickers, which just have no value at all. So you're paying $20 for 2 weapon variants, so that's about $10 per weapon variant, meaning if you wanted a weapon variant for every gun in the game, you'd be spending about $250, which is insane, and that's about 4 times more expensive than the game itself. Bear in mind that one of the weapon variants in this bundle, the one for the Strife I believe, was actually a pre-order bonus, so rest in peace to the people who bought that pre-order bonus thinking they would have this exclusive variant. Unfortunately for you, it is now in the shop. But back to what I was getting at, just to put this into perspective of the price of these weapon variants, it costs $20 for 2 of these variants, and the actual game costs $60. And if you split Black Ops 4 into 3 game modes, you've got multiplayer, blackout and zombies, you could say each one is $20 in value to have the $60 for the full game, which means Activision actually think that these 2 weapon variants are of equal value to the entire multiplayer section of Black Ops 4, which is obviously just nonsense. As a side point, making these weapon variants and outfits so expensive whilst there are no way to earn COD points for free in the game, and also there's no way to earn weapon variants or specialist outfits in the game, is a bit of a slap in the face. So what are my suggestions for actually improving the microtransaction system in Black Ops 4? For the Battle Pass system, I would recommend Treyarch add more things into the Battle Pass itself so that 70% of the items aren't just reserves which contain random items. I would recommend them putting in a few COD points in there, maybe like 100 COD points every 10 levels or something like that, just so there's a way for players to actually earn this currency in the game, which will help if you have these really expensive items in the shop. As for the shop itself, you really need to make these items way less expensive so that the average player will actually consider buying them and they won't just laugh in your face at how expensive they are. So I'd recommend making these variants something like 300 or 400 COD points max, and then make the specialist outfits really cheap as well, maybe only like 200 COD points so that people actually bother buying them. If you want to make something cost a lot of COD points, it needs to have a lot of value, and having something like an outfit is just such a small part of the entire Black Ops 4 game that it doesn't make any sense to make it cost more than like $2. So one thing which I think would add actually a lot of value into multiplayer are Camo Packs, which we've seen all the way back in Black Ops 2, where you could buy Camo Packs which you could then use on any weapon in the game, and they only cost like a couple of dollars. I would recommend only charging like 300 or 400 COD points for these Camo Packs and add a bunch of them into the game, and I'm pretty sure people will buy them. Because at least with these Camo Packs, players can put the camo on any weapon they like, and they aren't limited to one specific weapon like they are with the weapon variants, so that adds more value to Camo Packs than things like weapon variants. And if you put them at a reasonable price, people are definitely going to buy them because they know they can use it for any weapon they like. But there we have it, they are my thoughts on the current system of microtransactions in Black Ops 4. Overall, I think the system is better than what we've seen in the past, but as of right now, things are just way too costly and they really need to be sorted out. In particular, I really think they need to adjust Blackjack Shop as well as the special orders. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you agree or disagree with me? And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more, but I'll see you guys in another video.